Apple needs to hurry up and release their smart ring before it's too late, because we not only have new competition from Samsung with their Galaxy Ring, which I'm gonna talk about in this video, but we also have other companies that are making really good smart rings, two of which I'm gonna talk about today. I have the Ultrahuman Air on my left hand, and I have the new 2nd gen Ringconn Ring on my right hand, both of which have some really good advantages compared to the Galaxy Ring. Now, we do know for sure that Apple is coming out with their ring because there are a ton of patents online right now that Apple applied for and got approved for, which are deceiving the people in terms of what they're intended to do, because they tried to make it seem like they were making a smart ring to control VR glasses and AR glasses, which we know for sure with Apple Vision Pro, there is no controller whatsoever, no ring, no nothing. You just use your eyes. So the whole ring patents were not true in terms of controlling the VR. Apple has a much better way to do it. So those patents actually point to Apple's smart ring. Why would Apple do that? Well, because it is an absolutely genius market that different brands are going into, especially the original OURA ring that's killing it, making so much money with their now OURA Ring Gen 3, which is a killer product. And now, of course, we have the Galaxy Ring. Now, the main point of these rings is that you have something that you wear, it's low profile, it's comfortable, it stays on, and it gets amazing battery life to track things like your, let's say, your movement, your stress, your sleep, your activity, your heart rate, all of your vital signs. These rings can measure, which might not sound like it's real, but it is, and they do such a good job because I've personally tested and vetted different sensors, and they are correct. Now, I know you're gonna say that Apple has their Apple Watch, which I am wearing right now, but to be completely honest, I put this on for this video. I actually had it sitting on the charger because I don't really like wearing watches. So usually I come to work, I take it off, I put it on the charger, even though it might even be full, and it stays there on the charger all day. Or if I'm at home, or let's say I'm at camp, I throw it onto the charger, I forget about it, then I'm going around walking and nothing is tracking my metrics. And that's a problem for me, which these rings automatically solve because they're always on, they're comfortable, they last like at least a week, so you don't have to worry about taking them on and off. Now, the biggest problem with the Apple Watch is sleep tracking. Of course, Apple has their sleep tracking, but I can't stand wearing something like this at night. It's uncomfortable. I'm moving around, rolling around, it's just touching everything, especially the Ultra model. I take it off every single night, no matter what, so I basically get no sleep tracking until these rings. But before I move on, I want to mention the X30 Ultra Robot Vacuum and Mop from our sponsor Dream, which fully automates vacuuming, sweeping, and mopping, and now featuring their Mop Extend 2.0 tech, which mops into corners and under furniture, as well as upgraded 8300 PAs of VorMax vacuuming suction, impressive smart cleaning strategy features like AI obstacle avoidance with LiDAR, and a fully automated self-cleaning base station, which works with 60 degrees Celsius hot water and also auto dust emptying, and they're doing an amazing deal for Amazon Prime Day, so check it out using the link below. So before I dig into all the specs and features and UI elements, what I like and don't like about these two rings, the Ultrahuman Air, the Ringconn Gen 2, I do want to talk about the Galaxy Ring and what I do like about it. First of all, I love that little orientation indicator on the inside, which has this little tiny speckered dot line, whatever, on the inside, which shows you the orientation. Because with these rings, you might not know, but there's a little spot, especially on the Ultrahuman, which I don't like. It has this little bump, which shows you that you have to have this on the inside of your hand like this, your palm, for it to accurately measure. And if it spins around at any moment, it's off. It's not working whatsoever. It has to be oriented right on the inside. And the annoying thing is you can't tell because the outside is exactly the same no matter what. So right here, I kind of look, yep, there you go. I see the little light. It's oriented correctly. With the Galaxy Ring, it actually has an indicator on the outside. I think that's genius. I think that's gonna help so much. And the one thing I do like a lot about the Ringconn, although it does not have any sort of external indicator, it actually has these two little circular nubs which actually help to keep it from sliding around. So you put it on like this, it's now accurately measuring, it's a good fit, and it doesn't move around by itself. So much better than the implementation that Ultrahuman has, which just literally slides around all the time. I really love the way that Ringconn did it with their 2nd gen. I think their 1st gen also has the same thing, but I love it. And in terms of how Apple is going to do this, we actually have some patents that show that Apple is gonna have 2 different pieces to their ring. They're gonna have an internal piece that holds on and potentially an external piece that can slide independently. So let's say you're going about your day and the ring kind of moves around like it naturally does, all rings do. Only the outside will spin while the inside stays perfectly in place, which means you basically can't dislodge it on accident. I think that's a great patent that Apple filed for. It's gonna be so much better than these rings that have these issues. Another thing is that I know that Apple will not have any sort of subscription because that's the way Apple does things. I know OURA has a subscription, people are using it, they're paying, but I feel like OURA is gonna have to give that up eventually because both of these rings, the Ultrahuman and the Ringconn, no subscription required. Same thing with the new Galaxy Ring, no subscription. Yes, it's expensive, $400, but no subscription. But I think the worst part in terms of the Galaxy Ring and what might be its downfall is that it's only available for Samsung Galaxy phones. Yes, it's exclusive, which I know Apple's gonna do the same exact thing. You have to have an iPhone or potentially an Apple Watch, probably an iPhone, to have an Apple Ring. And I think it's fine for Apple, but not for Samsung. They've got to open it up to a bigger market, a lot of those iPhone users that are willing to spend $400 on a ring. And of course, a big benefit for Apple is that it's gonna be connected to the Apple Health app, to the Apple Rings. You're gonna be able to wear it and basically close your rings because it can count steps, it counts activity, calories, everything. These rings do that, which is gonna be a huge advantage for people that don't want to buy an Apple Watch or do like to take it off every once in a while, leave it on the charger, kind of give their wrist a break. The rings fix all of those issues. And one thing Samsung did right was the charging, because they do have a little portable charging case like you get with the Ringconn. This is actually really genius. You open it up, you put it on there, it recharges it automatically. Galaxy has the same thing, but there is an issue. The portable battery in the Galaxy Ring only lasts for an additional charge. So the ring will last about 14 days, 2 weeks with the portable charger, which I think is not great because the Ringconn, this thing itself, 10 to 12 days, which beats out all of these other rings, beats out the OURA, beats out the Ultrahuman ring, beats out the Galaxy Ring, which gets 7 days of battery life, but only in size 12 or 13, which is kind of funny. The other sizes are 6 days. This thing, 10 to 12 days, and then with the charging case, it lasts up to 150 days, almost half a year. They packed in a really good battery into here. This is all you need, like an AirPods case. Take it with you wherever. I don't like how Ultrahuman did it. They just have this little tiny puck. You plug in a USB-C cable, you charge it. Yeah, that's fine. You have to have a cable no matter what to charge it up. This thing you don't, which is really nice. Just take it with you in the car. So I'm curious to see how Apple's gonna do it. What if they make some kind of inductive charging where you stick it on your Apple Watch charger, puck, or MagSafe and it somehow charges? I'm not sure, but they have to have something good as well. I also think that Apple has a huge advantage in terms of market pricing with pricing power. Basically, they can have a regular edition ring and then Apple can actually upcharge for better materials. Let's say they do a real gold plating, like a thick gold plating ring. They could probably sell it for $1,000, whereas Galaxy Ring, $400 no matter the color because they're doing those fake PVD coatings. Of course, they have titanium. The Ringconn also polished titanium, really good material, but Apple has such a big opportunity. Imagine selling a $1,000 ring that's in real gold. I personally would buy the Apple ring instantly, no matter what, because I love my Apple products. I love my iPhone, but these two rings do give really good competition because they're not exclusive to iPhones or Android phones. They work with anything and they work really well with no subscription at really good prices. So now let me dig in. If you're curious, what can these rings actually measure? Let's dig in first into the Ultrahuman app. Now I love the UI. I love how they lay it out for you, very nice and easy to understand. They also have automatic updates or notifications when you need to check the orientation. If it's not working correctly, it'll warn you or your battery life is low. Right here, you can see we have this first movement tab. Bam, you can see I have my steps. Obviously not doing so good this morning. Movement index, not great. You can see all this information right here. Also have the stress rhythm, which it actually is very accurate because my stress was pretty low this weekend as I was chilling at camp. You can see that while sleeping, obviously my stress was low, then it went up throughout the day, and I know there's some certain times I was stressed this morning. I could actually track it and match it up. There's also a dynamic recovery right here, which tracks 6 different metrics to kind of see how well your energy is. It's kind of like Samsung's energy score with multiple metrics, and the sleep, which I really love how this works. It has basically the time you went to bed last night, so 11:37 is when I fell asleep. I woke up, got up at 7:27. You can see a gap in the middle. That's probably when I woke up in the middle of the night. You can see my duration, 7 hours, 10 minutes, my beats per minute, and then when you click in, you have all of this information. Apparently my HR dropped 4:50 a.m. needs attention. Total sleep, time in bed, that means I spent 40 minutes in bed not sleeping. My sleep index overall was really good. You can see my sleep stages. You could even see how many times I tossed and turned, 8 movements. I have my 7-day morning alertness trend. Apparently it somehow measures that, 99% oxygen saturation, my heart rate variability, which is very interesting, and my skin temperature as well. It's very interesting. There's also this sleep debt, which kind of tracks throughout the week how much sleep debt. Apparently the last couple of weeks I had really bad sleep debt. I wasn't sleeping that well. Right now I have a surplus, and you kind of just track if you need to get a little bit more sleep tonight to make up for previous days. There's also this weird caffeine permissible window where you want to avoid drinking caffeine after a certain time. Just very interesting different metrics and information it gives you. You have your heart rate, which is in real time, basically your temperature deviation, HRV, resting heart rate, everything. It's really cool how much info it gives you. And now moving on to the Ringconn app, we have this UI right here. It has kind of a wellness balance that measures everything, your vital signs, activity, stress management, sleep. Says right now it's good. I guess this is in beta. You can see my activity for today, bad, just like the other app. My sleep, pretty good quality. Apparently it measured 6 hours and 33 minutes of me actually being asleep. Also has the sleep stages right here, has all this information, heart rate, HRV, skin temperature, my respiratory rate. Whoa, that's kind of cool. You can have automatic naps that get added. You can see how your sleep compares to the last week average. And it apparently has sleep apnea, the world's first ring with that feature, which I know Apple is currently trying to get into their Apple Watch. They'll probably stick it into their Apple Ring as well, but I measured it once a couple days ago. No abnormalities detected. Apparently, they measured their kind of sensor data and they got a 90% accuracy rating for detecting sleep apnea, which is kind of cool. Of course, they have your vital signs, which in real time you can check all this stuff. I just love how you have all this information to let you know when you woke up, when you went to bed, why you feel like you're lacking energy. You can go back and see, oh, I didn't sleep that well, or I didn't have enough deep sleep. And you don't have to wear something like an Apple Watch, which I hate wearing at night. I always take it off. These things are always on you. The battery life lasts at least a week. It is just such an amazing innovation, these rings. And you could even get away with having one of these rings that looks like a legit wedding band, but it's smart ring, which is so cool. It doesn't kind of change how you look, it just blends in and you're getting really awesome health tracking. Even better, with the Ringconn, you could actually share your data with others. So let's say you have a grandparent that's already getting older, you can get them one of these rings, have them put it on, and literally measure their vitals and all their information while they're over at home. You can keep track of their health. This kind of stuff is an innovation, and Apple needs to hurry up and get their Apple Ring out, because if they don't, the other competition is going to get more and more popular. People are going to be buying those rings. They're missing out on market share. They need to get in this ASAP. So let me know your thoughts on the Apple Ring. Let me know how much you think it's going to cost. I think it's probably going to be $400. I don't see them charging more than the Apple Watch, which is $400. You know, it's kind of tough to charge more. Of course, with the Apple Ring, it's one of the things where you buy it once and you literally don't upgrade for many years, which is really nice. So they could charge more in that sense, but I guess we'll see. They could even probably charge $1,000 if they do a real gold-plated version if they wanted. But let me know your thoughts down below. Definitely subscribe above for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.